Hello, everybody. It's time for basketball. A game. The volume is available, Sean. Whatever do you reference, sir? Alright, let's get started. Y'all know the drill. What players do you have? Put them in the chat so that we may send that request up to the card gods. Uno incoming? Yeah, I gotta watch that game. I know the New York and Beantown game was exquisite, depending on what side of the house you're on. I assume OKC and Denver will be equally exquisite depending on what side of the house you reside. So, yeah, man. Looking forward to all the festivities. What up, Bay Area? Bay Area! Scottie Pippen Jr. Only spot. It's a good spot to get. Little SPJ action. Aaron Gordon with clutch mode the last few possessions. Jokic is Jokicing, apparently. Cam Johnson says D-Town. Got you. I'm a Cam Johnson supporter. I would like Cam Johnson to be a Laker. No, he will not be a Laker. But I'd be fine with Cam Johnson as a Los Angeles Laker. In the meantime, in between time, let's get these cards, though. Let's talk about these cards, though. Carmelo, Dean Bona, and Ulrich Komchi. We always get like a Komchi auto, at least like one or two per break, so you might be in luck, good sir. Start off with a little Baylor Shireman action. Always followed by Larry Bird. I don't know why, but you know, it's just the way made the set. Silver Prizm, Apollo Banchero, sitting at the crib. Trae Young, Zachary Reese-Shea, Bobby Clinton, Tobias Harris, Kawhi Leonard, 227 out of 249. Kawhi's a baller. Are we going to get a full season out of Kawhi ever again? Probably not, right? Silver Prizm of Mikal Bridges. Of course, Devin Carter. 1 out of 15. That is a snakeskin auto. Devin Carter. Yep. Kaleidoscope of Trae. Moving on. The Claw. With a smooth 40, 20, and 5 game. You know, something light. Nothing too crazy. Regular day at the MVP office. Just setting up the campaign real quick. A little light work. Should Nicholas be the MVP this year? Isaac Okoro, Kevin Durant, 69 out of 299. Zachary Reese-Shea, Ryan Dunn. Look like they could be related. D Wade on the red wave, followed by Jabari Smith Jr. Fireworks of Trae Young. Dean Bona. IQ, just stuck to. Silver Dwayne Wade. Take that one. And Cason Wallace, 45 out of 75. Can you get anything worthwhile of Jokic in this? An insert, I'm sure. Or, you know, a numbered Jokic would probably be a good card also. His value isn't super high in the hobby though, which is strange. Not strange, but it should be way higher than it is. But you know. The love for him that needs to be out here in the world is not out here in the world. Jokic has both case hits. That value staying where it needs to be though. YMCA Nicholas. Reed Shepard. Casey Wallace. We got a White. Jabari Smith Jr. 50 out of 175. Wardell on the Talisman. 108 out of 125. Shout out to the Warriors for making it out the first round against a very game but very young Rockets team. Nickel Alexander Walker on the Red Wave. Antonio Reeves on the Sensational Signatures auto. Nicholas Topic. There's Eves. Deron Holmes. DFS. Dorian Finney-Smith. Jamal Shed. 166 out of 199 on the J Shed. I gotta watch that Celtics game, but what happened? What happened? He was up a dub, fam. He said, nah, not tonight. Don't want to win. 29-6 run is crazy. I'll say basically though. I'll say next one on the 29-6 run basically. Like that's normal. That's not regular stuff, fam. That's not how that's supposed to go. Yeah, you know, basically. Nah, man. Defending champions. Two of their best defenders play the same position as New York's best player. Big Body Brunson was sleeping in the fourth. I believe it. He clutch. He clutch. I like Brunson's game. Steve Nash on the Silver Prism. Ayo Dosunmu, Talisman of Nicholas. Kaishan George. Dylan Jones after the Silver Prism of Terry Rozier. Scary Terry. Dylan Jones here, 58 out of 60. Like, that ain't regular. And I said, you know, just regular. Marcus Smart, Silver Prism. Red Wave of Dame Lillard. Is our guy done? Did we put him on the clothesline? Is my man washed? Is there no more Dame time? Is it lame time? He about to chase Giannis up out of there. About to chase Giannis up out of there. So was he just hitting tough shots, or did the defense really just fall apart? Because I can understand. If he's hitting tough shots, he's hitting tough shots. It's Jalen Brunson. He's going to hit tough shots. But did they just disappear defensively? Come on, Dyson Daniels. Nah, bro, you're good. You're good, Austin. Dyson Daniels is Yas. It's on y'all. Giannis ain't leaving? I don't know, Justin. I don't know, fam. They're going to have to get him some help, though. Going to get him some help. And Anthony Edwards, followed by Bronny James Jr., 168 out of 299er. Fireworks of the Beard, Melvin Ajinka, who was also in our EuroLeague break. Jayhawk, Jordan Hawkins on the red wave. PJ Hall, sensational signatures on the auto. Fractal of Wardell. There's Nicky Dursic. Stephon Castle, shout out to him. Won the Roy, I believe. Silver Prizm of Triple J, Triple J. LeBron James on the purple. 43 out of 99. The NFL shield carved into the back of his scalp. I don't know why they did my man like that with the photo. They didn't have to do that to that man. They didn't have to do that to that man. Giannis is gone 1-8 in the last 9 playoff games. It don't be on him though. It's the same talk every contract will have to make move. I just don't. He don't strike me as somebody just is out here messing around. That's my only thing. I think he legit would like dip out. 1 second. I don't know what you're doing, man. Alright, we back. It's trying to get me. It's trying to get me, Trev. It's trying to get me. I think Giannis wants another shot at a ring, and if this is the location to get it done, I don't think he's above going elsewhere trying to get it. It appears to be the case, T-Money. It appears to be the case. It's like quick, he's distracted. Alright, we got a purple coming up. KG on the silver Prizm. Jalen Brunson, the aforementioned. Talisman, Kyrie Irving. The Jalen Brunson replacement over in Dallas. Who's better now? Zach Edey, silver Prizm. That's a nice hit. Duncan Robinson, 77 out of 149. Shooter, Talisman of Alex Sarr. Silver Prizm of Zach Collins. Brandon Roy, Kaleidoscope of Tremetrius and Ja Morant. Let go. Fractal of Luka. There we go. Got you, Trev. I gotta check that out, bro. I gotta see that game. I'm gonna watch the collapse. How it all went down. What do we think though? Is that sustainable? Do we have the Knicks winning that series? Based on what we saw tonight, do we have the Pacers winning their series based on what we saw over the weekend, or are those just upsets? Speaking of the Cavs, Slim Duncan, Evan Mobley, 54 out of 199. There's SGA, who I haven't heard a lot about this playoff, so I'm wondering if people are starting to sour on him a little bit. Tobias Harris, Silver Prizm, TSJ Terrence Shannon Jr. on the auto. Like that. Fireworks of Luca. Kaleidoscope of Ron Holland, who's like the Robin to Beef Stew's Batman over in Detroit. Those two gentlemen like the scrap. Tristan Da Silva, another LeBron James, 106 out of 175, more NFL shield carved into its scalp. It's a wild, wild photo. Nobody deserves that type of exposure. It's crazy. They had to do my man like that. They really didn't. Unjustifiable. Jalen Brunson. Red Wave of Rudy Gobert. Nickeil Alexander Walker. Brandon Miller on the Kaleidoscope. Harrison Ingram. Grayson Allen on the Silver Prizm. Herb Jones. 70 out of 225. One of the better perimeter defenders in all the land. Hit the corner 3 this year. Shout out to Herb. Tristan Newton on the Silver Prizm. Zach Edey, Red Wave, Zach Edey Talisman. Moving on. Ryan Dunn. Nick Duricic. Jay Straw, 192 out of 225 on a Julian Strother. Zachary Reese-Sachet. PJ Renner. Trace Jackson Davis on the auto. Like that one, little TJD. I'm a fan of his game. Alex Sarr and Dean Bona. Silver Prizm and Jaden McDaniels. There's Zanos. 160 out of 199 on the Zion Williamson. Zanos. Kyle Lowry on the Silver Prizm. DeMar DeRozan Fireworks of Giannis. Silver Prizm of Sadiq Bey. Cam Johnson, there we go. 175 out of 249 by request. Talisman of SGA. Dylan Jones. Ron Holland, the remix. Silver Prizm of Jesus Shuttlesworth. Red Wave with John Morant. Alex Sarr on the fractal. OG and a couple shooters. Hello. PJ Renner. Anthony Penny Hardaway, my guy. 60 out of 299. It's my GOAT. It's my personal favorite player of all the times. We got a redemption. Let's save that. Kaleidoscope of Alex Sarr. Did he now? OG's starting to step up his offensive game. I'm more than just a defender. Aaron Neesmith had a hot game over the weekend. Red Wave.
Career high.
Mama's boy Buffkin, 66 out of 249. Yeah, that's what Trev was saying. He dropped 29 out there.
Congrats, Jalen. Well deserved. I love that awkward motherfucker, man. I love it.
Rookie Signatures Prizm Silver. Card 28. Deron Holmes, the remix. Shout out to Deron. Yeah, I was thinking Trenton Flowers too, but here's another usual suspect, Deron Holmes. Mama's boy Buffkin right here. Why the nickname, you ask? Check out that post-draft interview. Don't know what was going on there. But they're friendly. It's a friendly family. Dominique, Bobby Clinton, Baylor Sharman. Pistol Pete Maravich on the Red Wave. Like to see him play basketball today. Like him in today's basketball climate, I should say. Not he can't ball today. Kelly Oubre on the Silver Prizm. Isaiah Collier, nice color match, 115 out of 175 on the white. Chet on the Kaleidoscope. Yves Missy, Darren Holmes. Silver Prizm of Malachi Brennan. Daniel Gafford, Talisman of Wardell. Followed by Fireworks of JT. Didn't see any of that tonight. Buffy B with the mom's love for real. Yeah. Yeah, that was a little... That was awkward moment there. You know. I don't know if that's nervous energy or...
Oh my god, there's a fire sale. That didn't hit tonight. That guy missed 11 threes tonight.
Who?
Jason
Tatum?
Jason Tatum went 4 for 15 from free.
4 for 15
They
from
could
the
not
table?
buy a three-pointer. They missed 43 three-pointers tonight.
Yep.
Any team has missed in a single game ever.
Ever. Missoula ball, baby. Missoula ball. Zulite. Started to think you might have wasted $100 on Jokic. 4 boxes in, sir. We got you. Jay Brown was like 0 for 10 from the hunt. You mean the Finals MVP? Eastern Conference Finals MVP?
Mm-hmm. How could he?
How dare he not be efficient from 3? Kyle Lowry, 172 out of 249. Derek White, Ferp Dog. White chocolate on the Legends. Speaking of a legend, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Silver Prizm, Kaleidoscope of Wardell. Kyle Filipowski. Keegan Murray, 6 out of 25. Nice little Mojo Auto. Fire. Were we expecting Keegan to take like a huge leap this year? Is anybody really buying into that? The expanding of the game of Keegan Murray this season. He was pulled. He had a bagel in 13 minutes, and he said his stomach hurt. He had the guts de Buble. I can see that. I can see that. He was channeling his inner Paul Pierce. Did not yield the same results. Hope you can get a big card with Chet. Ron Holland numbered. Got you. What's up, Jason? Got G.G. Jackson on the Red Wave. Silver Prizm of Desmond Bain, or the Bainosaurus Rex, as we like to call him. Or I like to call him. Bainosaurus Flex. T.J. McConnell, 269 out of 299. Jalen Green. Feeling a little hyper. Needs to settle down, perhaps. Kaleidoscope of Anthony Edwards. Look at that. Those two back-to-back is wild, if you consider the off-court antics. PG, Podcast P, 53 out of 125. Scoot-Tavius Henderson on the Silver Prizm. Ron Holland and Tijon Salim. $125 for Podcast P. And Scrappy TJ. Was there a Holland? No. I don't know Ron Holland auto. Not in this break. Maybe another. Not here, though.
I don't know if he signs in Canadian products.
Jalen Doran, 52 out of 299. Got Duncan Robinson on the Red Wave. Alex Sarr. Roblox Collier. CJ McCollum. Silver Prizm of Jamal Shed. Fractal. JT. 5 out of 125 on a Jason Tatum. Sounds like a shooting night. 5 out of 125. Norman Powell. 39 out of 75. Say his name and he'll appear. Joe Hendry. Facts. Woo! We got a Montas. Little boozy vert on the Silver Prizm Auto. Matas Buzelis. It's my guy right here. Young Matas. King of the Bulls rebuild. That was a terrific moment, by the way, when Joe Hendry appeared at Mania. Yeah, Boston was, they had an offer tonight. Does this continue though? Will this be the series? Like, do we see this type of piss poor shooting performance happening again, or is this a one-off? Because I mean, I think they have the talent to beat the Knicks. I don't think that's really a question. Oh, little black gold to 5. Isaiah Collier, 1 out of 5. There you go. By request. Got props on one Collier. Got a second Collier. 1 out of 5. Black gold on the Minecraft, man. That's crazy. Kid has no neck. No neck to speak of. Built like a running back. Think of Joe Hendry as an auto is going to sell. Yeah, for sure. 151 out of 199 on the Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris. Piston great. Scoutavius Barnes on the red wave. There's Big Paul. Jalen Wells. There we go. 107 out of 175. Get well soon. Silver Prizm of Andre Jackson Jr. Shout out to you, Jason. My guy JK in the chat. Appreciate you. BNT legend. First ballot Hall of Famer. Jason Kosecki. Alright, third of the way done. On to the next one. I think IC was starting before the year was done, right? Collier was just starting PG over in Utah to finish off the season. We'll see if he keeps that job over the offseason. I think a lot will depend on who gets drafted where. Still got Keontae George over there. He might be in the Dylan Harper sweepstakes if they can't land in the Cooper Fly sweepstakes. I think if you don't get number 1 in Utah, Dylan's the consensus number 2, but you probably take a chance on Ace and see if you can flip Laurie if Ace pans out. Yeah, tell Pops. Shout out to Pops, by the way. T-Mac, Tracy McGrady, Domas on the silver Prizm, Cody Williams. I called you Domas.
What'd you call me?
Devin Carter. Dante DiVincenzo, red wave of Colin Sexton. Tristan Newton, yeah, on the auto. Kaleidoscope of Reed Shepard. Clean Kong, Tyler Collett. Kyrie Swervin, 60 out of 99. Young Terrifier, Amin Thompson on the silver Prizm. Fractal of Victor Wembanyama. Tristan Newton. We got a Newton, so we take those. All right. There we go. Trev's excited. Here, Rockets. What core do you keep?
Amin Thompson.
Are we putting Playboy Green on the market?
Jalen Green is long gone if I'm running that team.
Yeah. Put Jalen out on the waivers.
Jalen's gone. Jabari's gone.
Jabari's gone?
If If Giannis is the play.
Oh well, yeah. If you, I mean, you gotta say that.
All
right, you gotta, yeah, put that part out there. Lonzo Ball, 82 out of 199. T.J. McConnell, fractal of Anthony Edwards. Yeah, if we're talking Giannis, I just meant in general if we're cleaning house, who's out.
Realistically, Ahmed is the only.
Jalen Tyson.
I love Alfie.
96 out of 149. I like Alfie too, and they just paid him, but
he's.
If it means
like the only untouchable on that team
is the men.
Is Ahmed Thompson.
Yeah, I'm with you. Rudolph Gobert, 128 out of 299. Sham Reddish on the Red Wave. KD, who he was compared to. The Kaleidoscope. No, it was PG. It's PG, not KD. It was PG. Cam Reddish was supposed to be Paul George 2.0. I think Jalen we could let walk. Slide the chips in on Cam Whitmore. If we do let Jabari go, we'll probably play it smaller. So maybe Tari starts. And I do like me some Tari. You keep Dylan around? For vet presence. OG Anunoby.
Yeah.
MPJ on the Silver Prism.
Fred's gone. Keep going.
Talisman on the Victor Wembanyama. Rui Hachimura. 39 out of 225. Boosted up his stock a little bit this playoffs. Jalen Bridges on the auto. Matas. Buzelis. DFS. Average Al Horford on the Silver Prism. Kaleidoscope of Dame. And a couple two guards. Where are we doing fire sales this offseason? Phoenix has to do it. I don't know if, they're gonna need takers for that. I don't know if they got any of those. Portland's got a fire sale, right?
I don't think so.
No?
I wouldn't call a fire sale to me is an example of everything has gone horribly. Everything must go.
Okay.
That's not beautiful.
Well, they got to ship off big items, right?
They got.
Like DeAndre, you can get some value for. Jeremy Grant, you could probably get some value for. Simon, I think those three can go for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, they can get rid of some pieces. They can yard sell. Put it that way.
Yeah, yard sale.
They can yard sell. We got too much of this. We're moving into a different crib. We got to get this up out of here. Kyle Anderson, Paulo Banchero, 30 out of 125 on the fireworks. Paulo had a good run this season. Dylan Jones coming up. This one is 42 out of 249. Crazy Eyes Bobby on a Silver Prism. Alex Sarr. There's also a snakeskin en route. Benedict Mathurin had a good game yesterday. And Clint Capela is our snakeskin. Shout out to Big Swizzy. New Orleans. Yard sale or fire sale?
Fire sale.
Who's up?
Zanos.
Really? CJ,
CJ.
yes.
It's just time, man. Anything that's not Yves Missy, Herb Jones, like that's it. Like,
really?
and I guess Trey Murphy.
I'm about to say.
Trey's. I think those three are the only three untouchables, and even then.
Yeah, I don't know if that's.
I don't know, man.
I don't know if that's
There are no untouchables.
Yeah, yeah. If you're flipping Zanos, you're willing to lose everything. I think.
I think that would be a on business. I think Messi is it a mix between fire and yard sale?
I mean, if they let Taylor go.
Yard sale?
Yeah. Yeah. They got pieces over there. There's some stuff that can be moved.
It'll be really cool stuff.
Yeah. They got a renovation coming.
I think they'd be crazy if we Darren for all that money.
Really?
He's eligible for.
Best player on that squad.
I think he's going to make him like $60 million a year, and I do not think they want to give him the highest valued contract of all time. I don't think they want to do that.
Scotty Barnes.
They will let someone else do
The
it.
glove, Gary Payton, 39 out of 149. Can somebody else do that? Like he can only get the most with his squad, right? Dylan Brooks on the silver prism. Terrence Shannon Jr. with another auto, 47 out of 99 this time. He went and got numbered. Nikola Jokic on the fireworks. There you go, Sean. That's like twice, Sean, where you've made a statement and it's been disproven immediately after you make the statement. So, yell out a numbered card for Jokic and see what happens. Kason Wallace, 59 out of 125.
I think if this is really the end of Giannis in Milwaukee, then everything must go.
Oh, yeah, we got to tool up. If it's the end of Giannis in Milwaukee, we got to tool up. We got to put together whatever. We got to put together the best deals we possibly
anything
can.
You can get for Kuzma, anything you can get from Brook.
For Kuzma. Might taking no damn Kyle Kuzma. Brook might just walk, right? Any contracted up.
So, that if Giannis is gone, man, everybody on that team is good.
That's facts. That's facts.
It's a bummer.
I haven't even seen the Joker case yet. Do I have to do anything for insurance? Yeah, just send us a message, Jason. Send us a message about the insurance and we got you, bro. Shoot us a message on the eBay. And we'll take care of you, friend. Well played, Sean. Well played. Round mound to rebound. What would Barkley look like today? Matas Buzelis on the red wave. AJ Mitchell, Reed Shepard on the kaleidoscope. Silver Prism of Spider Mitchell, hooping. The aforementioned Brolo, 43 out of 49. Kaleidoscope with Devin Booker. He's leaving. As he should. Silver Prism of Domas. Cade. Talisman of Wemby. Couple of the youngins. Got a good little dose of reality when the playoffs came around. Good little learning curve for some of them. I like it. I like it. I still believe. But I like that we get these lessons learned and keep it pushing. What about clips?
I think it'll be refilling. I think those are always going to be refilling.
As long as Kawhi is still viable. Philly might be one of them teams that kind of put some deep consideration into moving some things around.
Looking for anyone to take JoJo.
57 out of 125 on Draymond. That's a tall order.
And someone might be stupid enough to do it.
That's a tall order. DeMar DeRozan on the red wave. Jonathan Mogba on the auto. Perhaps, like I said, shoot us a message and we'll let the person that makes that call make that call. Silver on the SGA. Avika Zubac, 134 out of 249. I'm pretty sure it's possible, but I don't want to talk out of turn, so Shoot us that message on the bay. We got you, bro. Take care of you. Ivica Zubac. There we go. I think somebody asked who the most underrated player in the league is. He's in that running. Big Zubac is definitely in that conversation. I don't know if... So what? I don't know if people understand how good Zubac is. Zubac is really good. Zubac is fantastic, actually. My toss on the Silver Prizm. Silver Prizm, the MPJ. Colin Sexton. 138 out of 299.
We're going to do what?
Silver Prizm, a Pistol Pete.
What in bunches?
Andrew Nemhard. Donovan Cleaning. Clean Kong on the luck of the lottery. Punches and bunches.
That's a crazy call from this Cardinals broadcaster.
From the Cardinals broadcaster, huh? They wilding out there. You know that. You know they be wilding out there. Box 7. Harrison Ingram, Jabari Smith Jr., 3 out of 99. Fractal Reed Shepard, A.J. Johnson, Harrison Ingram. Silver Prizm of Miles Turner. Little throwback action. Jermaine O'Neal on the auto.
Damn good player.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Jermaine had a run. Also threw a mean right hand. Jalen Wells on the red wave. Devin Vassell, 120 out of 225. So,
the one.
Yeah.
That team was so freaking good.
That might have been like...
That
might have been the ring team right there. That might have been the ring team right there. They had a shot.
Ron looked like an actual superstar in the making.
Yep. They had a shot.
One of the best two-way players in the league. I mean, that was a damn good team.
Jack
really well.
Jack was coming to his own. Jamal Tinsley was just the right type of PG for that team. They had a shot, bro.
Old man Reggie.
They had a shot.
Was capable of turning back the clock a few times that year.
They had a shot. And then, you know.
And one fan said something.
And threw some drinks on Ron. And Ron said, what section are you in? Yep. Because it wasn't a Ben Wallace portion. I mean, that was out of pocket too. But he laid down the scores table. Would have took his tea. Would have got up out of there. Would have been straight. That drink came flying out the crowd, and all hell broke loose. Malice in the Palace. Jonas Valanciunas on the red wave. Bogdan Bogdanovic. Kyle Filipowski on the Silver Prizm. Mitchell Robinson, 174 out of 299. He might be on his way out. SPJ. Silver Prizm of Wemby. Io DeSumo on a red wave. Talisman of DK Net Splash.
Wow. That's a crazy throw.
Out of right field or something.
Jesus.
Cannon. Oh wow, he's playing center now, right?
Yeah.
And he gunned somebody out from out there.
100 miles per hour on the throw.
Really?
It is just.
Oh, do you want to catch that? Do you want to catch that? No. It's your job. And we need you to catch that, but do you want
to
catch that?
Which is even harder.
Oh, the one hop?
One hop.
Yeah, how do you time? I don't know. That's a tough one.
It's like one of those well, you know, if you want to do the one hop, it should be kind of how the picture map of center field. Here's where it was. It was 5 feet away from home plate. It's boom boom. I got that shit quick.
Oh, cool.
Perfect throw though.
Jay Suggs, Jonathan Kuminga, 117 out of 199. Yeah, he might be. He might be out in the wind once this playoff series is over.
I like him in Indiana.
Yeah, the way they run, that'd be nice. Judah Mintz on the auto. Jay Mincy. Nicholas Toppich. Silver Prizm of Vasily Misic. Brandon Roy on the white. 59 out of 175. Yeah. Kuminga, Indiana would be good. If they rejuvenated Obadiah Toppin, I think we can do
Obi. I like Obi, but
we can do okay with Jonathan.
Kuminga, not what everyone thought Obadiah could be.
Yeah, let's yeah, I'd be all right with him over there if they're willing to pay, obviously, because that's the other part. That price tag. That price tag might be something they don't necessarily want to take on. Because who's getting paid over there? Hallie?
Pascal.
Yep. That's the other thing. Yeah, but where are you playing? I mean, I guess are you paying Kuminga to come off the bench? Because he's not going to start over Spicy.
I think any value for an all-time high. I think that
And pieces?
Or vice versa.
I'm about to say, I think Benny got more value than...
Than
yeah, I would think Benny's value is higher than Kuminga.
And
Jamal Shed.
And Benny.
Silver Prizm McCree on Jabbar. AJJ. 232 out of 249 on the Andre Jackson Jr. Isaiah Collier. He's Missy. There's Ja. Silver Prizm of Nikola Jokic. Zach Lavin. Jokic for MVP. I suppose I have playoff bias, bro. Yeah, alright. 40, 20, and 5. Something like when they're supposed to be home already. When they're supposed to be victimized by the robot. John Saloon, 186 out of 199. Grant Williams on the Red Wave. Fractal of Wardell. Mojo. There we go. That's a good one. 2 out of 25. Kling Kong on the Mojo. Jonathan Klingen. The man who will soon be the only big on the team in Portland. At least that's the way it should be. Nice on a clean Kong. It's good stuff. Ice Tray. Silver Prizm Malachi Brannon. Kaleidoscope of SGA. Clay Tavius Thompson on the Red Wave. Cam Christie. 11 out of 49 on the auto. Kelly Olynyk on a base card that was upside down and backwards for no reason. Ron Holland, Silver Prizm, and Chris Middleton. Giannis on the Kaleidoscope. Eves Missy on the purple. There we go. 66 out of 99. Montas. Feeling a little hyper. Jay Straw, second hit for him. 112 out of 225 on the Julian Strother. Taylor Hendricks on the Silver Prizm. Shireman, Larry, Alex. Karl Malone, 117 out of 125. Crystal Pete Maravich, Barkley on the Silver Prizm. Hemi Butler, 244 out of 249. Jalen Wells, 42 out of 99 on an auto. Very nice hit there. Get well soon, sir. Cam Spencer, 16 out of 175. Kyrie on the Silver Prizm. Red Wave of Ryan Dunn. Clint Capela. Kaleidoscope of D-Book. LeBron, third LeBron hit, 244 out of 299. More NFL Shield there. Luka Doncic on the Silver Prizm. Bub, Nicholas, Cody, and Kevin. Final four. Try to finish strong. White Chocolate. Anthony Simons on the Silver Prizm. James Harden Fireworks. Sword Thompson on the red wave, followed by Andrew Nemhart. That's a nice hit. 17 out of 49 on the auto. Playing good ball. Kaleidoscope and Brandon Miller. That is a wild backfire, fam.
Golly.
Go ahead, turn that into the shop, get that checked out. Dennis Rodman, 42 out of 299. Draymond Green on a silver prism. Kaleidoscope of Wardell. That's crazy. I think he blew it like a rig blew a tire. That's what it sounds like. Nice Nemhard hit right there. Drew is balling. Had a really good game Sunday. One of the better defenders in the league. He'll probably make...
What in the hell is going on outside?
He'll probably make second or third team this year for defense.
What is going on?
No idea. No
On
idea.
Monday.
Hey, man.
I'm sticking a mile, I guess. Rock and rolling out here, brother.
Groovy. Here's Josh Hart. 200 out of 225. And our groovy is... Kawhi Leonard on the groovy. He was grooving in the playoffs. For shizzle. Giannis Antetokounmpo. 52 out of 199. Derek Lively on the silver prism. Mama's boy Buffkin, 71 out of 175. Grant Williams on the red wave. Fireworks of Hemi Butler.
Dead silent in OKC.
Of course it is.
That's you don't hear anything. That's so insane.
Like getting smacked or what?
I don't know, just Chet missing the second free throw.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Gordon didn't win it, ready, bro.
Oh. Okay, no biggie.
Aaron Gordon, the hammer.
Mr. 48 from 3. That Aaron Gordon.
It'll probably get forgotten about, but I would just like to say
That's 2 game winners for him the playoffs, right?
I think so.
Didn't he have a putback
Yeah,
to beat the Clippers? Yeah, they done.
I would
Anthony
say
Davis.
before it gets forgotten about, and we
Hallie,
talk about it,
silver prism.
20 points, a rebound,
Zach Edey.
6 assists, 5 steals, 2 blocks, 2 turnovers.
Who is
The
this?
Caruso was
Really?
in full effect today.
Really?
Alex Caruso went nuts.
Denny Avdia, 41 out of 225. Like to see him on the contender. Maybe next year. Kaleidoscope of Ron Holland.
Go Blazers, brother.
Go Blazers, brother. Vasily Misic.
But also the strategy was what you talked about.
Jalen Johnson,
When
silver
Jay
prism.
goes 12 for 26. It's not so cool when J-Dub goes 5 for 20.
Mm-hmm.
5 for 20.
He ain't ready, bro. Go get Kevin. Go bring Kevin home. Go bring Kevin home. Prizm Matrix Signatures.
Ooh.
Card numero 1. Shea Gilgeous Alexander.
Wee.
Yes, sir.
Should die.
Yes, sir. Not mad at that. I'm not angry about that at all. On the Prizm Matrix, baby. But yeah, man, it's all about what J-Dub can do. Shea's gonna deal with extra defense. He's gonna make some tough shots. He probably will. He's gonna miss some shots too. But what's that secondary score gonna look like for us? That's the question. And if J-Dub can't consistently get it done, then brother man We gotta go get the other man. Bring Kevin home.
If we're going another year and Aaron Gordon keeps doing this,
Yeah.
better Nuggets than Melo.
Better. He's a better. All right, man. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this with you. Derek Lively. I'm not doing this with you. Derek Rose.
Retire 50.
That's crazy.
Retire 50.
Okay, that's cool. But the first half of that statement though has to stop.
Player, retire 50.
99 out of 99. KJ Simpson Jr. That first half of that statement.
Retire 15 and 50 together the same night.
That's cool. Nah. You know, that first half of that statement is wild. Deron Holmes, 85 out of 249. Bogdan Bogdanovic, silver talisman of Stefan Castle. Yeah. The Roy.
He's averaging 19, 6, and 2 in this playoff.
Mm-hmm.
They had the balls to give him the last shot from 3. He's shooting 29%. Don't matter. It's the one it counts.
29% what? This year?
In the playoffs. In the 7 games, he's shooting 29% for 3.
I'm about to say he was 48 all year, so
Pull up.
That's what they went with.
Pull up.
Look, we've done enough this game.
You won.
We'll live and die by what Aaron Gordon produces for us. Jokic, shout out a 40 ball, fam. One of y'all can do something.
He had 40.
One of y'all can do something.
He's the fourth player ever to have 40, 20, and 5 in a playoff game. Wilt did it twice.
I'm about to say, who's on this illustrious list?
Giannis did it once. Shaq did it. That's it.
Those are big, huh? Physical freaks and athletic giants and Jokic, who just knows how to play basketball. Just no biggie. No biggie. I'll forever say.
Also, at this point, I don't think OKC, if they lose this round,
Malik Monk
get knocked out.
81 out of 149.
I think they get Giannis.
Giannis is in the way on that team.
What's up?
Giannis is in the way on that team. Red wave of Gary Trent Jr. Cam Spencer on the auto.
He isn't a what?
He's in the way on that team.
I think they would take Giannis for sure.
Silver Prizm of Brolo.
You think Dagnall wouldn't run
Reed Shepard,
Giannis pick and roll
169, 299.
Totally would.
Where are we? So we're dumping. We got to dump Hartenstein or Chet. One of those two.
You would dump either or. And for sure,
are you trading? You're trading Chet?
If it gets you Giannis, yeah. That's gonna be the tough one, is because if Milwaukee is smart, they would ask for Chet, but OKC is smart, so they would not want to give up Chet. They'd give up J.
Yeah, I don't know. On a team with no spacing.
That's not SGA. Especially if they somehow get Philly's pick for sure this year. Make it a lot easier. Top 6 either Jada or Chet, Keyshawn Wallace, and any pick you want.
I'd rather lose
any 4 picks you want.
I'd rather lose hardly any of that and just hold Phoenix hostage.
I don't think they
for the KD rental.
I don't think they're gonna settle. I think they know what this team needs.
Grant Williams.
That's a big if they get booted this round by Denver. If they lose in the Western Conference Finals, whatever. Let's run it back another year. But if they lose round 2,
Reed Shepard on the Silver Prizm.
After the season they just had,
Devin Booker, 62 out of 199. Silver Prizm of Russell Westbrook, Cam Reddish. Milwaukee. The Bucks are moving him, they're considering every package possible. Pause if necessary before deciding on where to send.
I just think
Mr.
that
Greek.
if you are Milwaukee, you want to give Giannis a legit chance to win. As legit a chance to win as possible. But that being the case, you obviously need to get a crazy return back. And in my mind, the 4 best teams to do that.
Zach Edey wins 47 out of 249.
Most, likely to win is Atlanta, Orlando.
Atlanta with who? Chet Holmgren on the
Houston,
serve.
That's my 4-1. Atlanta gave up a pretty crazy package.
Yeah, and what's left for him to lead?
I just think that they have got a lot. I got a lot of pieces. They got a lot of deep pieces. That bench is deep. They give up Reese Shea for sure.
207 out of 225.
If they are able to keep their pick, that's gone too. You give up either Jalen or Dyson, and then a lot of stuff.
That's what I'm saying. You losing everything that he needs.
They got a lot of guys on that team.
Sensational signatures. Card 26. Trent Flowers. Knew it happened eventually. There's our guy. Trent Holland.
Yeah, trade Harden, trade Kawhi, trade Zubac. It's Trent Flowers time.
Trent Flowers time.
Flower shop.
Give him the keys. The flower shop is crazy.
Roses make you smell like poop.
Oh man. Jalen Tyson. JT20 for his jersey numbers 24. Do you think you think Atlanta pulling back Giannis for what they got to give up is better than San Antonio pulling back?
How
about that? Say. How about that? Say.
I don't know if they'll do that though. I really don't. Even if they come out in number 1, I think they would put that on the because the money gets crazy.
The money does go, sir. Yeah, Spurs have so much draft cap. That's what I was thinking.
You're already paying Fox. You have to pay Wemby.
Yeah.
And if you get Giannis, it gets and then. Then what?
Are you worried about a tax apron at that point? With the revenue you finna pull in, Gigi Jackson,
the Spurs have always been so
Keontae George, 44 out of 125,
and making these crazy. They've never really made a crazy trade.
So that'd be what 3 players are paying, right? Really?
But those
Markelle Fultz,
a lot of money.
Cam Christie on a red wave.
When Giannis about to get so much money, he can buy the Eiffel Tower. They're going to give him every cent in the state of Texas. The reason why there's no state tax in Texas
is because
they did that 200 years ago or whatever.
To prepare.
Just in case.
Prepare for Wemby.
Ended up in San Antonio.
Got you.
Retroactively, they knew. When they made Texas its own free country, and then they realized how fucked they were, and then went back to the United States. They went back with no state tax, just in case they got this Frenchman.
Just in case.
Just in case.
They get the Frenchman.
Yeah.
The tall Frenchman.
If you think OKC is conservative with their moves and their trades, man,
how much
Spurs are on a completely different level.
How much space does Chris no longer on the deal? What's Harrison making?
Let's look.
And what's Harrison, Devin, and Keldon making? Huh?
Spurs.
So I'm wondering if they have enough to kind of.
All right, here's what we got.
Devin Carter, Markelle Fultz, yay.
So
192 out of 225.
Man, that's really interesting. You know what's coming off the books in 26-27?
Harrison.
De'Aaron Fox.
Ulrich Comchi, I told you. There's at least one.
There we go.
There's at least one. 81 out of 99. By request,
there we go.
Ulrich Comchi on the auto. It's always one.
So, 25-26. De'Aaron Fox makes $37 million.
Jalen Wells, 28 out of 49.
That deal was done. That's really interesting.
Now let me ask you a question, sir. With this information now in hand, if they can get Giannis and pay Giannis, do you care if De'Aaron is there? If Stephon Castle
entering his age 29 season in 26-27.
If Stephon Castle has figured out how to play point guard for your
Here's what
squad,
I got for you.
I don't think
Devin
you give a
Mitchell
shit.
makes $27 million.
Yep.
Keldon makes 17.5.
Gone.
Harrison Barnes makes 19 mil.
Yep.
Wemby next year will make $13.3 million.
Mm-hmm.
Castle makes 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
Soha makes 7.1.
Mm-hmm.
Malachi Branham, GOAT, 4.9. William Chip has 3 mil.
That's fine, bro. The rest of that don't matter.
But
Keldon, Devin, that's what I'm saying.
All they got.
Keldon, Devin, and Harrison is all I'm worried about. Those are the ones moving.
If again, big what if? It's if they get Coop. It's Coop, Devin Vassell.
Yep.
Harrison Barnes.
Yep.
Jeremy Sohan.
Yep.
The Atlanta pick, and then I'm assuming they're their own 2 first rounders. So you're getting 3 picks, along with Cooper.
Spicy
Flag.
P. That's still a lot.
But it's Giannis. You would be getting
102 out of 249.
Giannis, Wemby, and Castle.
Yeah.
That's your big 3.
Yeah. I'm not giving. I don't know if I'm giving all of that.
Keldon Johnson coming off the bench for the next
Paul Gasol,
3 years.
Jamal Murray, Fractal of Alex R.
2 more. They'd re-sign Sandro for sure. They like him a lot over there, and then they would make it work with bench guys.
Well, that's what we're saying, Sean.
Antonio Walker.
That's what we're saying, Sean. If they get Coop as 1, if they land at the first pick, I'm thinking that's part of the we're gonna flip it package for Giannis.
Yes.
That's probably one of the most intriguing portions of that because Milwaukee can rebuild around Coop. They have their media darling on top of just like a good basketball player. So that would be where they go. I hear you in terms of like Giannis, and I still think I think it's a lot. I think you could perhaps use the health angle to maybe not have all of those picks be gone. Because that's a lot of draft capital going forward. If I'm giving you expiring money, a lot of expiring money, Pete Maravich 106 out of 299, and you can, take these 2 high picks that we got from this year's class and do something with it, plus draft capital or plus pocketbooks freed up. I'm gonna need you to be okay with that. I don't know if I'm giving you later, huh?
They'd have to give up that much,
I don't know if they need Ron Holland by request 74 out of 125. I don't know about the futures though.
They would for sure give up.
How far?
It'd be far, but they would still give up 2 first rounders. They'd have to.
Yeah, the 2 this year. You're getting 2 top 10s. You're getting 2 top 10s.
It's Giannis.
That's what I'm saying. That cachet.
You make it work.
That cachet isn't. I don't know if that cachet is the same. I don't know if I'm going to the table with all of that. Now, if that's what Milwaukee asks for later and they won't budge off of that, cool. But I'm not going to the table with all of that. Just off the strength of the fact that the man hasn't played a full season in a while, hasn't played a full playoffs in a while, is older, and we're giving up a guy that could. We're giving you a guy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Giannis is 30. We're giving you a 19-year-old that could genuinely be the face of the league if things go right.
Never do it, which is why there's no point bringing it up. The Spurs, the most conservative team in the history of the NBA.
I just don't think they need to give all of that. I just don't think it need to be all of that.
They would never do this. There's no point bringing it up.
Pop, we'll see what he does in a new seat.
That'll happen.
Try to squeeze one more title out of this lemon before it's all done, just from a different seat. I don't think it's like an egregious proposition. I just don't know if it has to be all of that for an aging guy that hasn't stayed healthy. Like, that's an excuse. That's the excuse you can use. 9 out of 149. That's the excuse you can use. Is that he's getting old and he hasn't played full seasons in a while. Laurie marketed on the Silver Prizm. Isaac Okoro on the Red Wave. Huh?
He played 67 games this year.
Awesome. And it led to what? I'm just saying what the counter is.
Them rushing Dame to get back and literally blow out his Achilles and blow off the rest.
Okay, right? Because Giannis wasn't enough. I'm just saying what the counter argument is going to be
That's
to
a
that.
bad argument. You think
It's
Giannis
valid.
traded away Drew Holiday?
Huh?
What? You think Giannis traded away Drew Holiday?
No. But that's the
You
reason
think
for him.
Giannis asked to trade
That's
for
the
Kyle
reason for him.
Kuzma?
That's the reason for him wanting to be out, though.
Yeah, because he's the second best player in the world. You need to put guys around Giannis.
Right. I don't even.
33 and 16 and 7.
I'm not disputing how good he is. I'm not disputing how good he is. What I'm saying is, if I'm on the other side of that table, if I don't have to give up more, I won't give up more. That's all.
That's what the offer is going to be.
I'm not coming to the table with all of that. If they ask for it, fine. But I'm not coming to the table with all of that. I'll give you.
That's not what I'm
your
saying
top tens.
That's what the offer should be.
I don't know.
No,
I think that's a lot.
You need to give up these picks.
Jalen Tyson.
We need to rebuild.
Allen Iverson on the silver.
We need this shit, brother. We're dying.
Who, Milwaukee?
Yeah, brother. That's it. We're done. This is the run. It's
Ariel Hooporte on the auto. Jonathan Mogbo.
They destroyed their own first round pick this
Terry
year.
Rozier.
Kyle Kuzma.
49.
They need all the help they can get.
That pick wasn't going to be nothing, bro.
Sure.
That was a late first anyway.
And he's good. He's actually pretty good.
Who?
A.J. Johnson Jr.
Oh, but that's somebody he wasn't going to do nothing with.
They destroyed their own first round pick to get fucking Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah.
They're going to ask for a lot of shit, brother. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that's what the Spurs should get. I'll let it go. We'll give you all this to get Johnson. That would be insane. But that's what Milwaukee would ask for. That's what we did. That's a starting point. We need all those shit to be the second best player.
Dude, yeah. I'm probably.
And arguably the number one best player in basketball.
And Giannis Antetokounmpo, 69 out of 249. Cam Johnson. Kevin Garnett, 174 out of 199. Jaren Jackson Jr. on the silver Prizm. Damn, Triple J not in Memphis is wild to me. Jayhawk, 129 out of 175. I said Triple J not being in Memphis would be wild to me.
Yeah, but I think he's eligible for. I think that first time I started was like 3 for sure.
Yeah.
It might even be a 4. 5 years, 345 Supermax would be the largest contract in league history.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think Memphis
for like a week. For like a week.
Exactly.
For like a week, and then somebody will top it.
That's a lot of money for Jaren Jackson Jr.
So do you let him walk, or are you trying to flip him? Because I mean, I don't know if you just let him walk.
I think it would be a sign and trade.
You do that, you starting over. And if you do that, you starting over. Completely starting over. Then it's fire sale time.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is crazy, because they're not far from it. But yeah, if you don't want to spend the money, yeah.
I think it's gotta be just a locker room thing, you know? Like, they must all just be sick of each other. And I don't know if the coach could really. I think their interim coach
Julius Erving
to be their full-time permanent coach, yeah.
But you had a good time doing it, Sean.
That's what it's all about.
So that's what it's all about, bro. It's about the fun. James Harden, 168 out of 199. Look at this here. Anthony Penny Hardaway on the auto. It's my guy, bro. Fireworks of SGA. Jared McCain. Lawrence Joseph Bird on the red wave. Kyle Anderson, silver Prizm. Penny! It's my guy right there, man. Oh, are you serious? That's crazy. Oh, we'll see. Maybe I'll get lucky. All right, last 3 packs. For no shot. But yes, by that metric, yes, you can say you wasted $100 on Jokic. Peyton Pritchard on the red wave. Amin Thompson. Fireworks of Jason Tatum, 25 out of 49. Isaiah Collier. Lonzo Ball, 48 out of 125. Paolo Banchero on the silver prism. Reed Shepard on the talisman. Jacoby Walter. Reginald Jackson, 47 out of 225. Markel Fultz on the red wave. Kaleidoscope, Alex Sarr. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our break. Hey, Diamond Hands, can I trouble you for one singular top loader, please?
Just one.
Just one. Just one.
More fine.
Grassy ass. Alright, no cap recap. In the root. Recap all the hits from this break. We'll start with our. Have a good night, Sean. Hits to $2.99. See you later, Trev. Terry Rozier, Pete Maravich, Reed Shepard, Dennis Rodman, LeBron James, Mitchell Robinson, Colin Sexton, Rudy Gobert, Jalen Duren, T.J. McConnell, Anthony Hardaway, Bronny James, and Kevin Durant. To $2.49, Giannis Antetokounmpo, James Harden, Zach Edey, Deron Holmes, Jimmy Butler, Andre Jackson, Ivica Zubac, Dylan Jones, Kyle Lowry, Cody Buffkin, Cam Johnson, and Kawhi Leonard. Our non-numbered autos: Anthony Hardaway, Ariel Houporte, AJ Mitchell, Redemption of Trent Flowers, Cam Spencer, Judah Mintz, Jermaine O'Neal, Jonathan Magbo, Jalen Bridges, Tristan Newton, Matas Buzelis, Redemption of Deron Holmes, Trace Jackson Davis, Terrence Shannon Jr., PJ Hall, and Antonio Reeves. Our hits to $2.25. Reggie Jackson, Markel Fultz, Jalen Tyson, Denny Avdia, Josh Hart, Julian Strother, Devin Vassell, Rui Hachimura, Julian Strother, and Herb Jones. To $1.99, James Harden, Kevin Garnett, Devin Booker, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Tajun Saloon, Jonathan Kuminga, Lonzo Ball, Tobias Harris, Zion Williamson, Evan Mobley, and Jamal Shed. To $1.75, Jordan Hawkins, Kobe Buffkin, Cam Spencer, Brandon Roy, Jalen Wells, Isaiah Collier, LeBron James, and Jabari Smith Jr. To $1.49, Alperen Sengun, Malik Monk, Gary Payton, Jalen Tyson, and Duncan Robinson. Our hits to $1.25, Lonzo Ball, Ron Holland, Keontae George, Karl Malone, Draymond Green, Kason Wallace, Paolo Banchero, Jason Tatum, Paul George, and Steph Wardell Curry. To $99, Yorich Komchi on the auto, KJ Simpson, Jalen Wells auto, Yves Missy, Jabari Smith, Terrence Shannon Jr. auto, Kyrie Irving, and LeBron James. To $75, Norman Powell and Kason Wallace. To $60 on the orange wave, Dylan Jones. Our hits to $49, Jason Tatum on the fireworks, Jalen Wells, Andrew Nembhard on the auto, Cam Christie auto, and Brolo Brooke Lopez. Our two mojos, Clean Kong, Donovan Clingan, and an auto of Keegan Murray. Both of those are to $25. Hits to $15, Devin Carter on the snakeskin auto. We had another snakeskin, non-numbered. This one's Clint Capella. Get off of there. There we go. Our groovy was Kawhi Leonard. We had a really, really fire Prismatrix signature redemption of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And our lowest number hit of the night, 1 out of 5, Isaiah Collier on the black gold. All right, and that is our break. Thank you all for joining us. See you next time around. Have a good night.